Yo, what's up guys? The random man named Sam here to bring you guys an episode 3 review of Psychopaths 2. And this was a pretty good episode as well. It did raise a few questions, like, first off, well, before I get into the review, we finally figure out, like, what WC means, or stands for rather, and it means what color, and it makes sense, but there was no way in hell I or even anyone for that matter could have guessed what WC meant. But it makes sense because like how before Kitazawa died, he asked Akane what color is his hue, and or actually I think he just said what color is it, and obviously he was referring to his hue, and that really made no sense considering how a human wouldn't be able to tell the color of a person's hue just by looking at them. Obviously, you would need a scanner to tell what color your hue is. So, but like I said, it makes sense. So that was cool to finally find out what WC meant. And speaking of WC, apparently the whole mystery about WC being written on Akane's wall, and Shimotsuki being the bitch she is, being like, oh well, Akane's just going crazy, and like, which I mean we could kind of, which I don't think, obviously I don't think Akane's went crazy, but at the same time there was like absolutely no evidence that no one broke into Akane's home. So like Togane said, I don't there's no way Akane could be going crazy, but at the same time there really isn't any proof or evidence that anyone even broke into Akane's place. So yeah, I do wonder how they're going to solve that case of who wrote WC in Akane's room, whether that be Akane herself or Kamui found some sneaky way to get inside or in her apartment without leaving any tracks of anyone entering. So yeah, and Kamui is again, he's the Makishima of this season, but I don't know, but he wasn't. I wouldn't say he was. He's kind of similar in Makishima. He has similar, um, obvious so far from what we've seen in the first 3 episodes. He's similar, but not so similar to Makishima. Similar in the fact that he does all this this shit, and his crime coefficient doesn't raise up one bit. It's like 32. But the difference so far with Kamui and Makishima is that like Kamui shows remorse for people whose crime coefficients are high enough to be considered a latent criminal, and he actually, from what, I don't know if he's putting on an actor or anything, but he seems like he has good intentions of making people's um, crime coefficients be clear. He even said himself in the episode that he wants their crime coefficients so clear, their hues or their crime coefficients. I don't remember which one, but it's either or. He wants to make them so clear that it's invisible to the point where it doesn't even exist. So yeah, I do wonder what's up with that. Also, it was in the episode. It was Kaisei, I think that's the head, the old lady. Kaisei, she was like, Kane, you better keep your eye out on Togane, because apparently Togane has the highest crime coefficient on record. Which I'm like, really? I mean, but I don't know. But speaking of Togane, I mean, I feel as though there's more than meets the eye with Togane, because like it's just I don't think I think it's way too early to assume that he is a accomplice with Kamui, but at the same time it's like I just can't help to get this feeling that we should keep an eye out on Togane, because I feel as though like by the end of the series he's probably going to be like the grandmaster, the grandmaster schemer or whatever, or he's going to like turn his back on the police, and he's actually like the last villain whenever they get rid of or take down Kamui. And it's even implied in the opening how like that part of the opening where we see Kaisei walking, and then like a second later it changes to Togane, and he has this evilish smile evilish smile on his face. So yeah, so I'm gonna keep my eye on Togane. So but I'll be surprised if he's actually, good. But at the same time, I mean, I really wouldn't be too surprised that he goes rogue or betrays the police. So, um, yeah, and then also and then also in the part in the episode where Akane and Shimotsuki visit Saiga, and then like when Shimosuke first saw Saiga, she got the fuck out right away. She was like, oh hell no, I looked at his records and I'm not trying to get my hue clouded up. So I'm get so go out so yeah, she got the fuck out, and that was kind of funny, even though Saiga seems pretty harmless, even though I mean it's understandable seeing how she read his records, and she pretty much helped Kogami escape, and well, yeah, so that's not understandable, but still, that was it's kind of funny how Shimotsuki just literally just was like, she was like, no, I'm not trying to get my psychopath hue clouded at all just by talking to this man. So or being around Saiga. So and then also at the end of the episode left some question marks, like how what was up with that old man? Like he was like, I want to save people. Even he says I want to save people, but yet he's strangling that poor man, as like as if he has no common sense. So, and then also before the credits roll in, he's like, I want to save people just like Kamui. I want to be like Kamui, and he's beating the fucking crap out of Aonagi, and the same thing. And then also when Shimotsuki tried to when arrested that I think that politician or mayor or something, that important old figure, he was like, what, when she's like, just get me Kamui, he's gonna make my hue clear, so just get him. So I don't know what that was all about, but yeah, this was a pretty interesting episode. A lot of questions raised, especially towards Togane, because like just how, like, why does Togane suddenly happen to have the highest crime coefficient on record, and just like what did he do so bad to the point where his crime coefficient was so high to the point that it was the highest on record. So I do wonder what he did to, I guess, accomplish that. I hope it's explained later episodes, but yeah, we'll see. But anyway, this was like I said, interesting, good episode of Psycho-Pass 2. Looking forward to next week's episode, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So anyway, sorry for the long review, but these were some things that that interest me, so I just felt the need of just talking about it. So anyway, holy crap, I can't speak. Leave in the comment section below your thoughts on this week's episode, or your thoughts so far on Psycho-Pass 2, or your predictions for upcoming episodes and stuff. So, and is Togane to be trusted? So I don't know. I really do think he's probably gonna do some major shit near the end of the series. So so yeah. So anyway, like the video, dislike it, subscribe if you want to see more Psycho-Pass 2 episode reviews from me, and I will see you guys next week.